Viking. Ooh.
I really wish you guys would stop interrupting my beauty sleep. I'll have you know that if I don't get my 9 hours of sleep a day, I start to become paranoid, violently unstable, and extremely— Fuck! It's a burglar! How about you, you four-eyed fiend? Come at me, bro!
Dude, I'm not a burglar, I'm the Rosenacker. You know me. We reviewed Brutal Legend together.
A likely story. To prove that you are indeed an ally of Viking, you must first answer my ingenious riddle.
Oh, Jesus.
Choose wisely. Now, are you made of metal or are you made of steel?
Slayer?
Well said. Sorry about that. I've been a little on edge. Lack of green screen really threw me off. I guess the budget ran out or something. Ho hum.
Right. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am the ghost of Christmas culture.
Christmas culture? Pass. I'm tired and cranky and culture doesn't sound like very much fun right now.
What? No, it's tons of fun. It's fascinating, it's intellectually stimulating. Did I mention fascinating?
See, not even you're convinced.
Dude, I'm an American. I don't care about my own culture, but there are people out there who do. And I know for a fact that you are one of those people. I mean, come on, your screen name is Viking, and remember that fight you got into last convention?
Hey, Enigma was talking some serious shit at that con. Tuborg is way better than Foster's. Besides, I only gave him a tiny fracture. Teeny tiny. So long as he doesn't do any running, he'll be right as rain.
See, Viking, this is why no one ever works with you.
True.
All that aside, I think you should review a band with a lot of mythology, culture, and history behind it. Plus, it would mean a lot less fighting, a lot less posting bail, a lot less angry policemen.
Yeah, that'll be the day. But, yeah, I figure I could do that. I got a band that satisfies those conditions. Want to help me review it?
Oh, no. You're cranky, and I don't want to be a part of that. I want to keep my bones intact, thank you very much.
You're no fun. Anyways, hello heathens once again to yet another Yuletide Yuckfest, where I take a look at yet another folk metal act. And despite wanting nothing more than to sleep and dream of buxom superheroines and form-fitting spandex, I can't deny my love of culture. Sure, I may be a boorish, philandering drunk with a barely concealed psychotic streak, but damn it, I'm fucking sophisticated. I love ancient cultures, ancient histories, and mythologies. I find them all fascinating, and it's one of the reasons I love folk metal so much. Next to the drinking, of course. And the band I'm reviewing today has more culture and class in their little finger than you do in your whole body. And by the end of this review, you'll be refined and worldly like a motherfucker. Here is Dalriada. Dalriada is a dynamic and delightful, flighty and fanciful fellowship of folk metal masters melding metal might with Magyar myth. For those of you not magnificent enough to know what Magyar means, it means that this band is Hungarian, and this band is all about Hungarian culture and history. They are one of the best and one of the oldest. This band has been putting out quality music for 15 years, yet they are virtually unknown outside their native land. And after listening to a couple of their songs, I quickly came to the conclusion that we suck. You, me, all of us. Because how the hell does no one know about Dalriada? They're fucking awesome! They got intricate folk melodies, pleasant yet powerful vocals, and boss beastly guitars. See what I mean? We seriously dropped the ball on this one, guys. But don't you worry, we know we screwed up, we're all sorry, and we're gonna dig our way out of this. And the first thing we miserable sons of bitches must do is educate ourselves on these heathenous Hungarian hotshots. Like most people who aren't from Hungary, I don't know anything about Hungary. The only thing I know about it is that it gave the world the Rubik's Cube, which basically makes it the most frustrating country on the planet. And that's even before I get into their language, which is so intimidating to pronounce I can't even believe it. I mean, look at this. Oh man, this language may not survive the mangling I give it. Okay, the band hails from the city of Sopron, and it was formed in 1998 by singer, songwriter, and guitarist Andris Ficek, a man who wanted to bring together heavy metal and Hungarian folklore in a fruitful and furious fusion. To do this, he would wrangle together a bunch of like-minded artists, and after a few years of fiddling and tinkering, they released an album in 2004. This got them picked up by Hungarian metal label Nail Records, where they've mostly stayed for their whole career. And since then, Dalriada have released 6 albums, putting out roughly 1 a year. We don't have time to go through all of them, so just trust me when I say they're all awesome. What, you don't trust me? Why, how dare you? Fine, here, have some empirical evidence for your eager eardrums. See what happens when you doubt me? You get quality music. Maybe that'll teach you some respect. Wait a minute, how's that? Never mind, moving on. The best way to describe Dalriada's sound is that they're kind of like an Eastern European Elvedi, except maybe a pinch lighter, but with the same amount of passion towards their respective histories and cultures. That is to say, a ridiculous amount. Like, first of all their songs, they're in Hungarian. Every single one. And they're all about uniquely Hungarian topics, like the shamanistic Taltos, or the sun god Nepkilralje, or just how plain wicked cool Attila the Hun was. Hell, the name Dalriada apparently comes from an old Hungarian compound word meaning battle song or call to arms. The fact that it's also the name of an ancient Scottish kingdom is a nice bonus. And to further cement their appreciation for their own culture, they have a whole album based on the famous Hungarian poet János Arany. Enough said. So yes, we've established that these guys are all huge nerds who fanboy over their own culture like crazy. But now let's talk about their actual music. Now, folk metal bands that go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over their own history are a dime a dozen, but it's much more rare to find a band that makes consistently fantastic music about it at the same pace that Dalriada does. Dalriada is putting out new albums every year, and each one is just as varied, diverse, and intricate as the previous ones, with reliably rad and wicked riffing, first-rate folk arrangement, and simply splendid singing. I dig this chick's voice, by the way. Laura Binder is an awesome singer. Her voice is strong, but not overly forceful. It goes well with the folk instruments, which, by the way, are provided by their buddies and frequent collaborators, old-school Hungarian folk group Folykus Banda. They take this shit seriously, and they do it well. Although, I do suppose it helps when you're one of the only folk metal bands on the planet doing Hungarian history. That's an untapped oil well if ever there was one, because it's not as if you're yet another Celtic folk metal band doing yet another song about Cuchulain's hideously distorted O-face. No, you're singing a song about something that has never been covered before. Like, I've never heard a song about St. Margaret before, but hey, I can dig it. Along with all the material they have to work with, Dalriada also has the ridiculous amount of energy needed to make songs out of all of it. With the exception of the Aranya album, all of their releases are named after old Hungarian names for months. With the release of Napistan Hava, they're up to June, and they say they're going to do the whole calendar. And obviously, I hope they do, because they're awesome! Okay, I've spent more than enough time gushing over this band, so let's make things fair by talking about the things that people might not like about Dalriada. Lame people with stupid hair and dumb faces, but people nonetheless. Dalriada has not just one, but two singers. One of which is Laura Binder, as I mentioned before, and the other is Andras Ficek. And Andras sings like no other singer I've ever heard in my life. Listen. I can't really say it's bad, it's just really different. It has a weird texture to it. Andras Ficek is like the salmiak of singers. Rich, savory, and completely bizarre to anyone not used to it. It's an acquired taste, basically. And somehow that description might apply to Dalriada as a whole. For whatever reason, the band has trouble getting a foothold outside of their own country. In their native Hungary, they perform frequently and their albums typically hit the top 10 on the Hungarian music charts. Outside Hungary, however, they're virtually unknown. Weird thing is, they actually got signed to a major label back in 2011. They were picked up by AFM Records, whose roster includes such awesome acts as Iron Savior, Swedakra, and Ministry. But Dalriada went back to their old label because AFM couldn't book them for bigger shows and venues. Dear God, AFM, how much do you have to suck to not be able to find an audience for Dalriada? For God's sakes, you could find work for Cruachan, one of the oldest folk metal acts still performing, but you couldn't book any shows for a band that plays music like this? God damn it, AFM, you're letting the team down, man. In any case, Dalriada's main problem is a matter of publicity, something that I would like to lend a hand in fixing. So, if you thirst for mirthful metal and hunger for Hungarian history, look no further, because Dalriada has exactly what you need. My show is all about hidden gems, but this is a big one. From these massive mines of metal, I have unearthed this superb and splendiferous stone, and you will bathe in its splendor. Dalriada is a rad-as-hell folk metal armada that blasts the jaunty jams loud and proud to any who will listen. And though they have an audience in their homeland, we need to expand it. They want to spread outwards, people. Dalriada has a song that literally translates to "Bring it, God." These crazy bastards want to take on the world, and by gum, we should let them. So do your part. Get their music, get listening, get happy, get cultured, get your fix of Dalriada. I'm Happy Viking, and you've just been served a second swig of that sweet seasonal sauce. Rock on, drink responsibly, I'm gonna crash.